This is Dave Warner with Small Town Life, and today I've got a special guest, somebody who I interviewed about 4 years ago when he was an 11th grader at Little Falls High School, and he's back to update us on his books and writing and things like that. So it's Sean Green now. How you doing today, Sean?
I'm good. Thank
Good.
you for having me.
Awesome. And you didn't expect this. You didn't expect the podcast style. You thought we were going to do a story kind of thing, right?
Yeah, no, but I mean, this is cool. I've never done anything like it
Yeah.
before. So
Yeah. Well, all right.
first
This is
timer.
different. So give me just a little bit of background for somebody who may not have looked at My Little Falls and seen the story way back 4 years ago about you and, you know, what you were doing then, and kind of take me through the path. I mean, a year later, you did your second book when you were a senior, right? And then you had mentioned maybe you'd go to college, maybe you'd do writing, arts, whatever. So take me through the path here. What happened?
So there have been many editions of this book. It's been very much a work in progress.
Right.
So like you said in the beginning, I was in junior year going into my senior year. I published this during COVID time. And a lot of people kind of looked at me funny when they saw the article about what I was talking about, what was the contents of the book. And they saw that it was about a virus and kind of like civil unrest in America and that sort of thing. And I think it was pretty telltale at the time that the second book would be about civil war, and the first one was the virus. I've come back to the virus, and I guess maybe it's a little outdated. Maybe people are kind of sick of hearing about a virus and everything, but
Well, even on the Civil War side, there's a movie out now called Civil War. I mean,
know.
it's like, are you having premonitions, or what are you doing here?
just one day, I mean, I can take it way back. When I was 12, I first started this book. I mean, this is probably maybe the official 6th time I've rewritten it. It just felt like such a big story that I wanted to do well. And
Right.
I figured this time I can say maybe I actually got it done this time.
Okay, all right.
This time there are pictures,
12 illustrations, right?
12 full illustrations.
So tell me a little bit about, set up the books, because you're still going to do the third one, right? You're still thinking about that?
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to be rewriting the second one as well.
Okay.
And the third and maybe the fourth. I know where I'm heading for the third.
Right.
But I don't know if it needs to be split up into 2 books. It might be like a Mockingjay sort of situation.
Yeah. Tell me the environment, or, you said, contagion kind of thing, virus, but where did you get the idea from? And like, was it pre-COVID that you got that idea to write about a virus, or was it during COVID?
It was long before COVID. It was when I was 12 that I came
all
up
right.
with the gist of the book. And the book begins with a love story and heartbreak and the death of a loved one. So that is the main driving force of the book. And then the book begins out of order, but chronologically it begins with the death of the main character's wife, and kind of how that happened in the midst of post-Civil War American unrest, and kind of that big stage. We don't know what the hell is happening because they won't tell us. We don't have trust in our politicians. It's not that much to do with politics in the first book. It's kind of the apocalyptic view. It's what happens after
Right.
everything went down. So it begins with a love story and wanting that back, and that ties it all in with the apocalypse. And I guess it's symbolic. It's what would the world feel like after you've lost the person that you've invested
Right.
all of your life in.
Right. And book 2 goes back 44 years, which is interesting. You're kind of almost at the end kind of thing, but then you go back to the beginning on the second book, right?
Yes, and I would love to talk about the second book and where it's heading, but I don't know how to do that without major spoilers.
Oh, darn. Come on, you're no fun at all. Why are you on here? No, come on. Well, we can keep talking about the second book, too. I mean, the first book, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of rewriting had done even in the past 3 months before even publishing it officially with the illustrations. I had rewritten the beginning before there's the time jump back to lay out everything that happened with the politics and everything leading up to the apocalypse. So I guess I'm really, really happy where it ended, like where I came to with this book. And I'm just really excited for people to check it out and be surprised.
Right. Why? I mean, what was your main driver in rewriting? Did you feel it just wasn't finished, or it wasn't good enough, or did you go off to college and learn a lot about writing and things, or what happened? I mean, why the reason to rewrite, and then why add illustrations?
It seemed kind of very in line with this. Like I was kind of predicting what would happen in my own personal life with a heartbreak during college. So I feel like as far as the logistics of learning actual writing, maybe not so much in college. College was more of a life experience for me as far as relationship, which I think lends itself very well to what's happening.
Well, maybe at 12 you don't know how to express that, but in college, after you know whatever happened, then you understand it and can write about it better.
Yeah, and that's why I'm happy I went the self-publishing route, because it was up to me when I figured out that it was time to rewrite, or it was time to say this is the one, and now I can actually get it out. So yeah, I'm happy with where it landed. The cover was done by myself in one of my classes, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
So this was a college assignment.
Yeah, the front cover was something I had done in Professor Cheney's class in Art 314. Yeah. Yeah.
But you got kind of your start here in Little Falls in the art classes here, right? Which that's where you started illustrating and things and learning.
Yeah.
Right? Cara Milianta and the whole group up there.
I had actually done, for the second book, it was an illustrated, and I did 15 pieces for one of my AP classes. So it's all, I've always liked bringing my personal projects into my art projects in school. And I was able to, very luckily, that my professors allowed me to, and my teachers. And it's just really fun to do that sort of stuff, because it feels like you're actually doing something. Sometimes in school it can feel a little bit impersonal, but I was able to bring it into it.
But now you have a mission. I'm going to create these illustrations because I'm doing this book, and that drives you a little bit better.
Yes, it gave it a lot of purpose.
Right.
Definitely.
Where are you in college right now, and what are you doing on that side of things?
So I've actually graduated a year early.
Has it been that long? Oh, okay. Thank God you saved me. I thought, has it been that long? You were a little kid when I last talked to you. No.
It has been a while. But yeah, 3 years of college done. Graduated my bachelor's, summa cum laude, if I can.
Ooh,
brag.
you can do that. You can say that. That's good stuff.
Yellow robe with my bachelor's in creative writing and illustration.
Okay. So what now?
Now, a bunch of different things. I'm as well as the book. I'm also working on getting my certificate in group exercise, because that's something that I've been passionate about. Right now, I'm working at a gym, and
I was gonna say you're muscled out just a little bit. I was like, you play football, or what did you do?
last sport I played was volleyball in high school.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but I'm also working in landscaping for Shelley.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me and Austin are going to be doing that.
Oh, nice.
Heading down to North Carolina and doing some of that, and I figure I'll be definitely writing down there, working on short stories and that sort of thing.
I mean, where are you really trying to go? I mean, because maybe landscaping and working out in the gym is not the career. Is writing the career? Are these things that you pay the bills with in the meantime, and writing is really where you want to go?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. Austin and I plan on doing movies and writing movies. He's always been more the production route,
right?
The editing, the filming. Like I figure he would be the one doing most of the directing. I would be doing most of the writing, but of course we'd flip flop.
Okay, all right.
That's one of the things, but mainly I would like to be doing some form of writing, screenwriting, book writing. Mostly screenwriting, as far as paying the bills, get the main job down.
When it came to your sales of the book before the rewrite, which is obviously going to be available when is this going to be?
It's actually available now.
It's now. Okay.
Yes,
all right.
on Amazon.
So how did it do sales wise?
I was actually very pleased, considering that I was self-published at, how old was I? Like 17.
17, yeah.
Maybe 16. I
16.
I don't remember. Yeah.
4 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing when you're when you're self-publishing is just word of mouth, going and talking to people.
Right.
You can't be the recluse writer. You can't be Edgar Allan Poe.
No.
You have to be personable, and I that's why I'm doing the group exercise stuff on the side.
Okay.
Just ways to meet people and just be friendly, go around and get your face out there.
And say, hey, here's my book.
That's basically what I do. I go at the gym, I'm behind the desk, and I say, hey.
They walk in for a membership. Want to buy a book?
I am going to be selling it there, hopefully.
That's nice, though. Which gym are you at?
Elite Fitness in Herkimer.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's a good spot.
Shout it out. Best gym in Mohawk Valley.
Yeah, it's a nice gym. I know several kids who work out there.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun place.
Yeah. So initially you told me this was a 3-book, but you've mentioned in this maybe a 4-book. What do you think? I mean, I know you probably can't tell me plot-wise where you're going. Maybe you can roughly, but I mean, what's your thought right now about where it's going to go?
Well, I can say without giving any plot away that as far as the overarching setting and themes of the book, the first book was Apocalypse, kind of Odyssey to Canada. It's from New York, Brooklyn to Canada.
Right.
So, and
Little Falls to Canada.
Yes. I was actually thinking about adding a piece where they walk through it, but
that would be totally cool because it would be because of the landscape and the way it's shaped. Maybe
passing through Albany in the midpoint in the book, so that could have worked. Yep. But so the first book was Apocalypse. The second book is more political, Civil War themes.
Right.
More kind of. I'm planning on the second book is going to be a third person narrator.
Okay.
Because the throughout the book, this one is Craig's point of view, the main character Craig, but the only reason we're learning about this is, and this is something I love to do in writing, is have a overarching narrator. Like, how does anyone know all of this? What's happening? Like, this is a big book. The main character's wife is the big narrator.
She's the narrator. Right.
So
your narrator dies. How are you going to have her on
as the... She's dead. Exactly. How does that work? Keep reading.
Oh, come on. Don't do this to me.
We don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know yet.
Oh,
That's the fun of writing. The Stephen King in me. I write by the, the seat of my pants? Something like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's one saying. Yeah.
But yeah. To answer your question and to stop going on tangents.
We go on tangents a lot, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
The second book is Civil War. The third book, or maybe the third and the fourth, will be an amalgamation of the both. So it will be Apocalypse and Civil War and all of that together. Somehow I'm going to form it, and all the characters are going to have a blast. So
they're going to have fun, and they're going to live happily ever after in the end?
Maybe.
His wife comes back from the dead. And
I've always been a fan of bittersweet endings.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
He finds new love.
Maybe.
Yeah,
who knows?
Awesome. All right, so how do people get this?
So right now it's only available on Amazon. I'm hoping that I will be getting plenty of author copies going around and giving them to people, giving them to places, and the Little Falls Library, and wherever they can let me sell it. Basically, if I can smile wide enough, and they can.
You can smile. Book signings are always very popular.
Yeah.
So, having those and having the word get out, we'll see if we can do one down here for you.
Yeah, okay.
I'd love to have that. Maybe get, say, Oscar and his trio to play. And I haven't had a grand opening ribbon cutting yet here, and so you never know. It might make it fun.
I'd love to be part of
That'd be great.
The jam.
And the name of the book when people are looking?
Right. So because it's new and Amazon can be a little finicky, the safest way to find it is if you go on Amazon, you just search book. It'll bring you to the book section, and then you can search Violet Blood. That's the best way to find it, because if you look up Violet Blood, it'll give you thousands of, and it's not yet number one in the fiction category.
We're going to try and help, right?
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
So that's the best way to find it.
And can they search Sean Patrick Green if they're looking for authors? Is that the way they would search for you? Have you tried that?
I'm not certain how Amazon works yet, but I would imagine that the more popular it gets, that you'll be able to look me up and you'll see my face.
Right. Is it hardcover only, or is it Kindle version as well?
Hardcover right now. I'm working on getting the Kindle version. It's a little tricky with the illustrations because I had to, jargon for you, I had to create a page bleed for the margins so that the
I know what
illustrations you can see that the illustrations go from page to page, or from top to bottom. That was a little tricky to figure out. I can do it now, but as far as the Kindle version, that'll be coming out, I would say, hopefully get it out within the month.
So
people
awesome.
Get that. Yeah.
Well, what I'll do is I'll make sure in the show notes that we've got a link to the hard copy, and then they can search for Kindle when that comes out as well.
Yeah, and I'm really excited about that because I know a lot of people search or read books on their iPad, and those illustrations, let me tell you, they're meant for the big screen.
Oh, awesome.
They're very, very high definition photos.
Awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for being on the show today, Sean. I really appreciate it, and I wish you luck with the book, and come back anytime because we want to hear about how this path works out for you.
Yes, of course. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.